And there are increasing concerns about security, not only in Washington, D.C., but at state capitals and at government buildings all around this country. CBS News has learned that radical groups are warning against removing President Trump from office before the inauguration, or they say they could target government buildings, including state capitals. And they're not taking any chances in Wisconsin. Workers, in fact, started boarding up the state capitol in Madison today. And police say that they are increasing staffing, but also promise to protect protesters' First Amendment rights. And Texas law enforcement agencies, meanwhile, are paying attention to the threats. Our Caroline Vandergriff now looking at how agencies here are getting ready.
After last week's deadly siege at the U.S. Capitol, the FBI is warning law enforcement agencies about nationwide protests that may start later this week and extend through President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration.
It's extremely concerning. If you look at the nature of the FBI memo to law enforcement across the United States, it is essentially telling law enforcement to get ready.
The bulletin says extremists are calling for demonstrations at state capitals and encouraging protesters to storm federal, state, and local courthouses.
It's not an hour-to-hour thing. It's a minute-by-minute event where the closer we get to the 20th, the more things are going to happen.
Governor Greg Abbott wouldn't say if he's called for more security at the Texas Capitol as state lawmakers prepare for their new legislative session.
And that's something that the Texas Department of Public Safety always remains on top of, and they will continue to remain on top of that.
The Dallas Police Department says it's unaware of any planned protests in Dallas, but will have adequate staff leading up to and in the days following the inauguration. Fort Worth PD's Intel unit is keeping a close watch on any potential rallies or concerns, as they say they always do.
Right now, it's a matter of gathering intelligence, gathering information, putting pieces together, and working with the other law enforcement partners in the area to ensure that everyone is sort of keeping each other aware and alert of what's happening.
How concerned should the average citizen be about these potential events right now?
I think we need to be vigilant. I think we need to be situationally aware. In the event they hear something, they see something, they need to let law enforcement know.
To help prevent a repeat of what happened last week in the nation's capital. Caroline Vandergriff, CBS 11 News.